Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. This is episode number 37. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this. Sitting across from me is Chris. He's the other half of the podcast. This is about the time I normally make fun of him with some random story, and I do have something to say, but I'm not going to this week. How's it going, Chris?
Now I'm worried. Why not this week?
I'll just do it later.
Okay.
Didn't want to go straight in there with the intro. Might scare people
Oh,
away.
yeah, a little bit later on.
We'll scare away all four listeners.
That's all right. I can probably make fun of myself without your help quite easily.
You are good at doing that.
Yeah, I've had an interesting bit of time. So we've had a bit of time. We've had a bit of time apart, Sam.
Ooh, we have.
So Sam's been away on holiday. So we're a little, we're not late with this podcast, but we're going to be recording it and putting it straight out pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, how long are you away? 10 days?
10 days.
10 days, yeah. So obviously one of the things we're going to be talking about is your trip.
We are, but first we need to talk about something else.
Okay.
Episode 36, we had some predictions about TedX.
Oh, yeah.
And we need a bit of an update from you, Chris.
Okay, so predictions were that it would be awesome. And it was. We actually got a really good write-up in the New Zealand Herald the other day.
Yep, we will link to that in the show notes.
Brilliant. So it was good. We had a few little minor hiccups. I mean, a couple of things I don't think the audience would have noticed. Anybody who saw it wouldn't have noticed. But as the speaker coach and stuff, I know exactly what these guys were supposed to be saying. So when they went off script, I was like, okay. But that's cool. It all worked out. Like I said, the audience didn't notice, except one technical glitch. And I think I know what it really was the problem. So they have a PowerPoint, and we set up a PowerPoint.
Do you think it was because they were using PowerPoint?
Well, not in general, but the whole day was one big long PowerPoint. And I think that's too much memory at one time. And so one of the guys clicked back by mistake and went, oh shit, forward, and it froze.
Yeah.
And then he's clicking and nothing's happening. And of course he freaked out on stage a little bit because like the clicker's not working. And my fault, technical response should have been, listen up everybody, we've got a bit of a technical issue, just bear with us while we get this sorted. Which I didn't. I took the batteries out and put them back in and gave them back to him. Because that was a really bad way of handling it, and I should have handled it better. So that was totally on me. Everything else went really well, and the after party was awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I think the prediction was you get home about 2 a.m.
That is about accurate,
and
actually.
make Chris eyes to about 3 people.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. So there was only one person that I said I know the 2 people that I'd make Chris eyes to, and plus I'd find somebody else.
Yes.
But really, it was the one of those 2 people, and I found 2 other people.
Ah, very good.
So that was cool.
At what point did you start splitting all your pants?
At the very beginning of the day. Thanks for bringing that up. So, we get there, we're setting up. I wore, we got black T-shirts. I'm wearing one now, actually. TedX T-shirts, and we wore black pants, obviously, because, backstage and all that, you want to be black. Yep. So I had these black jeans on. They're not that old.
But you split pants all the time.
I know, I do. It's because I'm so flexible, and my pants aren't.
Is that what it is?
So muscular.
Do you think that's
muscular and flexible?
Because you split your pants at Subway in
we did. I did too. I did that Tropfest crap. Yeah, I got those sewn up. But anyway, yes, those were trousers, and they split along the seam. This like ripped the denim. But anyway, yeah. So I stepped up on a stage and went rip,
so you
and I
was
like
out of them
right the way through. Yeah. It was a beautiful big gaping hole, and I'm like, I forgot the walkie-talkies, and I've ripped my pants. So I'm gonna go back home, grab the walkie-talkies and some more pants, and then of course the next day. Hungover as shit. Well, no, just a little hungover, maybe.
A little bit hungover. And I
was putting my shoes on, and as I put my foot, like, cross-legged to put my shoe on, I split another pair of jeans, totally different, random pair of jeans, and I was like, oh, hell no. So I went out and spent $300 on pants. Because those things, I was like, I had this rule of, I'm not spending money on jeans, so if they were over $40, I wasn't buying them, $45 is what I've been paying for my jeans, Kmart and stuff. And they keep splitting, so I'm like, stuff that. So I got a pair of Levi's 501s, which cost me 130. A pair of Dickies, which cost me 90. I was really annoyed, actually, because a new guy at work, 2 days later, he goes, hey, there's a place down the road that sells, warehouse Dickies for $50. I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
And then,
always the way.
what did I get? Oh, and these ones I'm wearing now, moleskin Swan Dries, which I really like, actually. I'm really impressed with that.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
I'm not too bad with splitting pants. I always get holes in the pockets because I carry so much stuff in my pockets. Usually pens and things.
Oh, no, I've always split pants, like, literally since I was 20. Like,
Well, it's good consistent flow by you, Chris.
yeah, it's a size issue.
Yeah, it's a size issue. Is what you're going to tell the ladies. Hey, by the way, do you know that I split a lot of pants? Actually, that could be an opening line for you. Hey, do you know how to use a needle and thread?
Why? Because I split my pants.
Yeah.
Because I got a piece. Anyway, yep.
My
carry on.
clothing story, actually, leading up to going away to Christchurch, was a bit cold. I went to Kmart, and I was actually looking at undies, of all things. And it's really annoying because if you're a small person, if you're really, really small, like I'm thinking of Sash, because he's like the smallest guy I know.
Yeah.
He must be able to buy everything he wants at any time. Because when you have to get larger sizes, there's never any.
Oh, no.
Small is always left.
When I was looking for these pants and stuff,
Yep.
I was like, oh, I'd like those. I had, for the jeans,
Yep.
I'm like, what, am I too fat for your store? Why have you got no
Yeah.
34-inch waist?
Yeah.
And they had to send me to the other North Beach on the other side of Te Awa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
So,
it's crazy.
yeah.
So
I was like,
I'm
oh, man.
looking at undies, trying to find something in my size. Extra large, by the way. But I'm going, and this woman comes up to me. This is like, I think it was like 9 o'clock at night. I was at Kmart. So she comes straight up to me, and this is the world's worst sales pitch. Hi, sir. Over in the corner there, we have a whole range of hoodies. They're on sale. And over there, on the other side, there's more hoodies over there. They're also on sale. Thank you. Goodbye. And then she walked off.
Were you wearing that hoodie when you were in there?
No, not this one.
You were wearing a hoodie.
Yeah. But I'm looking at undies.
She knows her target
I
market.
don't think she does. So,
No, that is pretty crap.
but talking about marketing, on my flight down, I flew down with Jetstar, and I have nothing. Everyone has a bad rap for Jetstar, and I don't. They're cheap as. Had a really good experience with them one time. I got stuck in Wellington due to a thunderstorm. Jetstar was the only airline to fly everyone out that night. Air New Zealand made everyone sleep in the airport. And I like Jetstar. So this woman comes and sits next to me. On the left is just some random, and this woman sits next to me, and she looks pissed off. She doesn't look happy.
Oh,
And
you're
she
just
sit-
sitting there going, oh, this is going to be fun.
And she sits down, and I said, "Oh man," because that's right. The person at the window, I was in the middle. The window seat person hadn't turned up, and I said to her, "Man, hope we don't have to wait too long for your window person." And she goes, "Yeah." Blah. And I said, "Oh," she said something, and she goes, "Oh, this is my first time flying Jetstar." And I said, "You're in for a treat." And then the other person turned up, and she was all good. And then it turns out the person on the other side of the aisle was this Indian dude. She worked with him, so that was pretty cool. And then, so they had a conversation the whole time, and I'm just listening in because I just thought it was really fascinating. But she starts off saying to the guy, "Oh yeah, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be flying." And he's like, "Why?" And she said, "Wow, I've had all the varicose veins pulled out of my leg from my groin to my ankle. I'm not allowed to fly for 4 weeks. It's been 3.5. So if I bleed out, that's why." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God." So, yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
So they start getting into this conversation about cooked chickens. And from what I can work out, she's a marketing person for Countdown, New Zealand.
No.
So she's got this plan, because she had to put her laptop away, so she pulls out this paper plan and she's filling in all this stuff. And the Indian guy, from what I can work out, is head of Delhi, like all over the place. So she says, "Right, when's the special going on?" And he said, "Oh, it's going on in 3 months' time. Size 18 chickens. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing." And she's like, "Oh, okay then. Well, what's the demand?" And he says, "Well, I don't know." And she said, "Well, what are we going to, how many chickens are there in total?" And he goes, "Well, it turns out that size 18 chickens are in huge demand for KFC, apparently, and KFC gets them first. And then they normally sell a size 14 or a 16. And she said, well, can't you just get an extra 120,000 chickens? And the guy's like, no. She says, why not? And he goes, it doesn't work like that. You can't just say, I want that many chickens, because they supply everyone else. And the size 18 that we're getting is the leftovers, basically. So that was a bit interesting. And then she was talking to him about...
Why wouldn't they just then discount size 16s?
Yeah, no, that was the whole discussion. But she seemed pretty, she didn't seem to get her head around it. And then she said, well... And he said, it's not only that. He said, if you want an extra 120,000 chickens, he said, we don't have enough ovens to cook that many chickens. Like, in total. He said, they take so long to cook, and then we got to swap them out, and we've got new ovens. And then you've got all the people doing the work. He said, we don't have enough people. And in the end, she said, so... And he said, it's not... A hot-cooked chicken, in his terms, was not a planned purchase. He said it's just one of those... It's an impulse buy.
Yeah.
In the deli section of all things.
Well, it would be, because it's hot and you got to eat it right away. It's
Pretty
not
much.
like a frozen one you're going to go, oh, I'll grab that because I might use it next week or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so then that was... So she said, so if I go in at like 6:30, then there might not be a hot chicken for me. And he goes, yeah, exactly. So she didn't like that. We're going to have a meeting. Are you part of this team? And he's like, no, you are now. So she's sorting all that out, and then they go into the...
I love my old corporate days. That was so fun. Anyway,
they go into the Auckland food show for the first time in forever, and she goes, we'll just take a deli with us. We'll just build one there. And he's like, oh, okay, we can do that. Because apparently they're getting into sushi. They've been trialling it in 5 stores, and they're going to roll it out around the country. And this is just from sitting in the plane.
That was Countdown.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I learned all that, and then it landed.
I have to say, I didn't have this written down, but I've got to mention my supermarket story.
Yep, go. Was this recently?
Yeah, well, I told you a little bit about it, but I will share it anyway.
Yeah.
So I went to... There's a New World round the corner from where I work. So we went round there to grab something for lunch, donuts and that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm with Maringi from the office, and she's like... We walk in there... And she goes, oh, look. And they had one of those sample things, and there was a frying pan and stuff and a plate. But the guy had, ducked off somewhere.
They always do.
And so she just goes, oh, and she grabs one of these things and eats it, goes, oh, that's awesome. And we split off because I went down the other aisle or whatever to grab whatever I was after. And I'm starting to walk back to checkout. She goes, dude, no, you got to come back over here. You got to come back over here and try the stuff. So apparently she doesn't like mussel and seafood, like mussels and stuff.
Yeah.
But she went back to the guy who was there, and she goes, that was awesome, what's that? And he goes, it's a mussel fritter. And she makes this face like, ugh. And she goes, but it was nice. And he goes, have another one, see what you think. And so she thought it was awesome. So I had some, and it's pre-made batter.
Mussel batter. And
Mussel
it's
batter.
I can't remember their name now. It's from one of the mussel places that you see at events.
Yeah,
always
yeah.
Cook up mussel fritters.
Yeah,
They've
so
actually just
it's
put the
in
batter.
only a few supermarkets, because I was like, oh, where can I get this? And he goes, oh, it's only a few supermarkets, and we'll sell out of here today.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. I'll actually buy some. And I've used the whole lot. And that was on Friday and Sunday now, so yeah.
It's pretty
It's
good.
really nice. It is really nice. So, mussel fritters.
That's going to lead into another supermarket story. When I was on holiday,
Carry on.
just waiting for the computer to catch up. There we go. And we went into Pack and Save, and walking down the aisle where they have cheese and stuff, dairy, and there's a woman pushing a trolley, and she's got a puffer jacket on, and then she's got, I think it was 4 kids with her. There's a little kid in the trolley with a puffer jacket. There's 2 other girls with a puffer jacket, and then there's a 3rd girl with a puffer jacket. But
So this is in Christchurch, because everybody wears puffer jackets.
No.
Okay.
This family does. It's like they freaking work for Macpac or I don't know, someone. And the fourth child is on crutches, right? So they're walking down, and there's an old man, and I mean old. He's a battler from way back. He's got hearing aids in his ears. He's just barely moving, pushing his trolley. Like, the trolley is supporting him, and he's waddling down the thing. He's only got about 5 things in his trolley.
And they're behind him?
No, they're in front of him.
All right.
Being dicks. So he's trying to maneuver around them, and it looks like he can barely work up the energy to talk, let alone push the trolley, right?
Yeah.
So he sort of goes around the one with crutches, and then I think the crutch child knocks his trolley, and the mum just goes mental at this old guy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, that's no good. I think this is... Oh, no, here we go. Yeah, paused. You should have said, excuse me, rah, rah, rah. And the old man says something to her, and she's like, oh. And then she turns to all three kids and says, kids, back in the day, when men used to have respect, they would have said, excuse me, and then we would have moved out of the way. And then he said something along the lines of, I did say, excuse me. Well, I never heard you. I don't think you did. And then, she just kept, glaring at this old guy the whole time. And then everyone in that aisle was just watching her going, what the hell? And then there was a woman that must know her from school or something. And later on, she went, oh, hey. And it was awkward as because everyone thought this woman was a bitch. Just the way she said it was just everyone's jaw hit the ground.
That's funny. Yeah. Because I don't know. I have to bite my tongue. When I was younger, I'm much better now, but when I was younger, I'd say shit. I'd go, hey, I'd say loudly to you if I was next to you, hey, did you hear that story about how all retarded people wear puffer jackets?
Yeah.
I would have said that real loud and got her attention.
Me
and just smiled at her.
My sister and I got caught out once. We went into, when we were younger, we went to the warehouse. I think it was Christmas time. It was night time. I remember that. We got out of the car and the people next to us were dawdling around and kept staring at us. So I just said to them, did you get eyes for Christmas? And then I went in, and then somehow my mum knew about it.
Because mums know.
Well, I don't know who it was actually, but yeah, we got caught out. Not good.
That's awesome. All right. So what else are we going to talk about? We haven't heard anything about your trip other than the shopping story, really, have we?
Not yet. No.
All right. Fill us in.
Oh, I was going to... Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to do a kickstart. Actually, I don't have another one to go up against it, so I might have to leave that.
Okay, all right.
That came from Ben, actually.
Oh, the dossage. Are we going to talk about the dossage?
We'll just talk about the dossage.
Oh, my God. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Thank you for sending it in, Ben.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Ben.
So...
I sound so, positive
Yeah, so you know what a cronut is, eh?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of cronuts.
They're ridiculously
expensive,
expensive, though, usually.
Yeah, they are. But $4, $3.95 or something.
I've only ever seen them for $5 something. Obviously, I shop in the wrong place.
Oh, I'm talking about New World around the corner from work in Tarapa.
So the dossage is a cross between a sausage and a donut. Obviously, that's what Chris will need it, but everyone else wants to eat it, and it's got jam in the middle of the sausage, and it's only 62 hours to go. They want 2,500 pounds, and they've only got 766 pounds. I don't think they're going to make it, and yeah, but why? After seeing the success of the cronut, we started speculating about what else would be great if you mixed it with a donut, and we quickly settled upon the sausage. Yeah.
That's drop kick beyond drop kick. I mean, okay, so I'm a vegetarian and I'm not going to eat it anyway. So I sort of looked and went, dossage, donut, sausage. Oh my God, that's gross. And pretty much clicked off the site.
See, they're crossing things with a donut. And you want to know what mine is? Cookie. Cooked nut. There we go. Boom.
Ooh. I don't know. Could you do a donut with cheesecake? Because that'd be cool.
Cheese nut. Yes.
Yeah, cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Yeah.
he's thinking about
I'm getting a bit of a semi here.
He's staring into space right now going, yeah, cheesecake. I've got a funny feeling he's going to gap it to the supermarket after this podcast and go, come back with the cheesecake.
Cheesecake and donuts. I'm going to create my own masterpiece.
So it doesn't look like it's going very well.
Nah.
The dossage is dying.
Yeah, good riddance. That's silly. Mind you, I went to, on Friday we had Maringi was leaving. She's got another job, big pay rise. She's going to get way more than me now. And going somewhere else. And so we had, dinner and stuff. Guess what?
What?
We got pizzas.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
None of them were vegetarian. I just have that face that doesn't remind people of vegetarians, apparently.
No, you do not, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know. So
but
it's
hard to define a vegetarian.
So he goes, we start eating, and I'm eating the chips, because, they got 3 pizzas and 3 chips, and I'm starting eating the chips, and he goes, do you eat Oh, you're a vegetarian, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah. Do you want me to get something? Nah, chips are good.
Yeah, I love my chips.
I'll have the chips. Well, next time I'm sure they won't forget again. I'm not sure, but
They will forget.
at least they didn't do a Tran. Yes, I'm calling you out, Mr. Tran, and say, was it pepperoni? Bought me a pepperoni pizza. I'm like, I'm a vegetarian. He goes, yeah, pepper's a vegetable, isn't it? It's like, and you're a lawyer? Really? Really? Is that all you've got? Like, seriously? And he was like, oh, seriously? Oh, pepperoni's a meat. Oh. And then he had the gall to say to the waiter, can you swap that for a vegetarian? And the guy goes, oh, did we make the wrong one? And he goes, no, I ordered that. I thought it was vegetarian. And they just looked at him and said, sure, and just swapped it out. Like,
oh, wow.
That was really good. That was really good of them. That was
pretty good.
That was pretty cool. I think the staff ate the ate the pepperoni in the back.
Yeah.
All good. Anyway, Mr. Tran.
Tran. So in my travels, I ended up at the Littleton Light Festival, which is at Littleton.
Woohoo!
Near the port.
Is it like near the lighthouse or something?
No. They just have
nothing to do with the lighthouse.
Don't think so. They just have a light festival, and missed out on the parade, which is people wearing heaps of lights, I think, and fancy clothing. So I can't tell you anything about that. But there was just the whole street was full of food, people, and things. And if you want to make lots of people think you're awesome really quickly, you need to buy that rope light thing that I had, and I wrapped around my beanie. I'll post a photo on the Facebook page and on the show notes, and just had people coming up to me, man, oh my God, they're awesome. You're so awesome. Where did you get that from?
So next time you're down there, buy a bunch off eBay and just sell them.
Yeah, well, the people that were selling them is a thing called Science Alive, and they used to have a really cool building in Christchurch for sciencey stuff for kids, and then obviously that got demolished in the earthquakes. Now they just have a website, and they had them all on display, and the green and red ones looked like Christmas decorations because I'd pinned them on a board. And I said, do you have a blue one? She's like, oh, we do, but it's not in the packaging. It's like, we haven't made it up yet. Oh, that's all right. She goes, oh, cool, so I'm going to wrap around my head. She's like, what? Oh, my God, that's so cool. And heaps of people were like, where did you get the light from? So I think I drummed up a bit of business for them.
Oh, so you told them?
Yeah, told him.
You didn't corner the market. Dude, you got to hang around me.
I can't corner the market at an event when I don't have any.
Well, yeah, you got to hang around with me more. I'm going to teach you this stuff. I'll teach you to be a profit wizard.
Yeah. How's that going, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
so
that's all good.
So at the end of the night, they had a whole bunch of fireworks, which is really cool. But it was ultra foggy, so you can.
Oh wow, that actually looks pretty good.
You could only see a couple of them, and then the rest were missing in the fog. So that was pretty cool. Very packed. That's a shot of the bridge waiting for the fireworks.
Wow, that is really foggy.
Yeah.
So how cold was it? Because last week for people, particularly overseas, was like the coldest period in New Zealand. Like there was a New Zealand record low temperature, minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it was something like it's only been recorded 4 times in history, and it happened twice in a row.
Well, you were
week.
down there.
I don't know. No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the minus 20 wasn't in the same place you were in, but it was the same island. It was not.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a few hundred k's away. It wasn't that far away.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was cold, but I'm sure it's been colder in here, in the studio, in our garage.
Oh, no, the house here has been freezing, man. Freezing.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, yeah, so the after party at TedX, Elliot and I came here because he crashed here in the spare room.
Yep.
And we walked up. Oh, it's only easy Tiger. We'll walk up.
Yep.
We get up by the police station.
Yeah.
Poured down. The heavens opened. Like we were soaked to the skin when we got there.
Oh, wow.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I know. So it didn't put me off. My still Chris eyes.
You didn't use it to your advantage somehow.
But yeah,
I'm trying to think of a cheasy line that you could use.
But
help dry me off?
I was quite keen on this chick Chloe, and I hadn't actually spoken to her since we got to the pub, and she's getting up, and I was like, oh, you want a drink? And she goes, oh no, I'm just about to leave. And I'm like, oh, but I haven't even got to talk to you. And I was just getting into that spiel. he's rolling his eyes. Yeah, it was just like that.
You can
And
just
then
imagine what the smell
Isaac
is.
was next to me, and Isaac goes, "Chloe, I really need your number now." And she just gave him her phone number. I was just like, "Oh man, is that how you do it?" Well done. Game well played there, Isaac. Well played.
Yeah. What's Tindog?
Oh, okay. So that's in the...
Because we've got like 5 minutes left. I've got a couple more Christchurch stories, but I'm going to do that in the next podcast.
All right. So there's a new app out, and I'm thinking, I might have use for this, and I'll explain in a second, but it's called Tindog. So you swipe right, swipe left, based on dogs. So there's dogs.
Oh,
and
so
it's
it's Tinder for dogs.
It's Tinder for dogs.
Or dog owners or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's for dogs specifically. Play dates.
Find friends for your dog.
Yeah, play dates. So you can have... So in the story, somebody has a... she's got a little baby pit bull thing, and like none of the neighbours will let...
Is that a dog?
Yeah, it's a pit bull dog. Yeah,
Correct
it's a
me when
dog.
you said pit bull thing.
Yeah, it's a dog. And so there's a bit of racism against pit bulls or something. Whatever you call that shit.
Stigmatism.
Yeah, whatever. And so, she's trying to find other dogs for it to play with, to socialise it and stuff like that. And Tindog is really good. And I was just wondering, because I'm having such a bad time on Tinder, I thought maybe I should just start playing with Tindog.
Are you going to actually get a photo of some random dog?
Oh, no, I'll just borrow a friend's dog if anyone swipes. I'll get a friend's dog. I'll get Marty's dog.
They know that way, because there's one thing on this website that says, talk about your dogs. You will be able to spend millions of hours talking about your buddy.
Yeah, dog owners, cat owners, they're all
100% free, 100% pet owners. No, 99.99% pet owners. Then there's Chris.
Yeah, okay, maybe Tindog won't.
How did you get onto that? Did it come up?
It was in the paper, actually. It's in the paper.
Oh, that's what you need to talk about. Where's that pub?
The pub.
That's
all right, so
this.
last week there was, last Saturday actually, while we were at TedX, another link into TedX, one of our organisers works for the Red Cross. She got deployed, although Isaac said it wrong. He goes, oh, Ellen's been deported. I'm like, what the hell you mean deported? Oh, Wanganui has got flooding. She's been deported to Wanganui. I'm like, deployed. Do you mean deployed?
Yeah, close enough. Starts with D.
Well, yeah, that'd be it. Yeah, so anyway. So there was massive flooding in Wanganui. So I'm going to read out a bit of this newspaper story. At Riverside Bar on Taupo Quay, and just metres away from raging floodwaters, which would later wreak havoc on parts of the city, punters had one eye on the river and the other on their beer. About 40 customers made the best of a bad situation, singing water-themed tunes and watching the unfolding show of nature's power until the bar was forced to close 4 hours early at 10 p.m. Publican Paul Shearn said the revellers weren't keen to go, but they'd enjoyed a unique night out. These are the sort of people who go to the beach to watch a tsunami wave come in, he said.
Yeah, they're the first people to moan as well. Carry on, where's that other bit near the end? It was really good. How close did they get to
the bar was lucky. Putrid sewage-clogged floodwaters came within 2 centimetres of flooding the venue before receding. Other businesses weren't so fortunate. So it's like, don't use the toilet, it's backed up, but you can just piss out the door because, was that the bit that you wanted me to read out?
Yeah, that was the bit I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So that's awesome. Like, the world's ending. Let's go to the pub. I'm pretty sure I'd be in that sort of mindset. The world is ending. The comet's coming. I'm like, right, we're going to the Te Rapa Tavern. Who's coming? Like, seriously, like.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. Would there be a place where there's better-looking women that have more teeth?
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe I just wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care, Chris.
I wouldn't care. Well, no, I wouldn't go there. That would be the thing. I'd be like, why change a lifetime?
Okay.
Sam's losing it now.
Actually.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's enough from us. Okay.
So whereabouts can you find us, Chris, on the line?
On the line, on the interweb thing, on that computer.
Yeah. We're still dialing into it at the moment as we talk.
Oh man, like the Firefox crapped out on this old dodgy computer I got in front of me, so that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can go to facebook.com/the Chris and Sam podcast, or you can go to Twitter. We're at Chris and Sam Pod. Or, of course, where you want to go to get all the information is thechrisandsampodcast.com.
Yes.
And that's where the show notes will be, with the videos we mentioned and other links. We'll see if we can get the link to that story about the Wanganui.
That'll be floating around online somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. And, otherwise, go to iTunes and rate and review. That would be really
great.
cool. We would appreciate that. Yep. And have we got any call-outs, anybody?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Sorry, we don't care about anybody else. We're just in it about us.
Yep. Imagine if you had everyone's name in the title, going forever.
Yeah. But thank you, listeners, for listening in once more, and we will catch you next time.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.